Good day and welcome back to another Dbz Dokkan Battle video. In this video we are going to be taking a look at, well, how the AGL Buu Super performs in the red zone and specifically against Metal Cooler. Now, yeah, honestly speaking, regardless of how things go in the video, they'll go fine. The big thing about Buu is, well, there's three kind of major points about him. So firstly, he needs his guard to proc. If his guard doesn't proc, he's relying entirely on defense. So obviously in situations where his guard does not proc, which you will see later on in the video, he'll take a super without guard active. He's going to look like he takes a lot of damage, and it's because he does take a lot of damage. You know, raw defense, especially, he hits around 400, maybe 500k on a rainbow unit that has all links leveled. Isn't a lot. Isn't a lot on its own. It's enough for normal attacks, for sure, 100%. But it's definitely not enough to take on, you know, the full range of damage that units can cause and do in the game. So that's one thing. Secondly, as well, his team. So he as a unit is great. His team, on the other hand, is a literal hot mess. His team is absolutely garbage. Well, not garbage. Yeah, honestly, his team is okay, but it requires a lot of dupes. Like, to run the kind of cool Martian Buu team, it requires a lot of dupes. There's also an easy A we still don't have on global that'll come out with the anniversary. That will make the team substantially better as well. And there's quite a few things that you actively need to make the team work, basically speaking. So that's also kind of limiting for him. He's also 150% lead, so this means that you're also kind of stuck in this situation where, unfortunately, you can't really use him as a double lead, which always tends to happen with these LR units. So, those two factors considered, obviously his performance is going to vary. Beyond that though, he is distinctively just a very good unit. He does a lot of damage. He doesn't really have a cap off. He starts out strong because of his 120% 4-turn boost. That 120% 4-turn boost disappears, but it gets replaced with more sizable defense. So he does have like, how can I say, solid foundations upon which to work and to make his team function well. And I think, at the end of the day, as a unit, I'm very happy with him individually. It's just that, yes, unfortunately, he can, to a certain extent, be a bit limited more by his team than, himself specifically. Of course, that's not the end of the world. As a unit, I think he's very, very good. And you can still use him on a bunch of other teams that I am limited to, because obviously I can't use him without him being a lead, because I don't have him, I didn't summon him. So there are slightly better teams that you can run him on, of course. Power Absorption being one of them, which I think is a very, very good team. So yeah, overall, he's a very good unit. There's a couple of restrictions to him, but he as a unit is incredibly strong. His team, a little bit limited, but there are some very strong teams he can be placed on. He himself as a unit is quite consistent as well, although his guard obviously is a chance to proc. In general, it's pretty consistent. I would say it's 70% something you can rely on most times. Like, yes, you are going to see situations here where it doesn't proc, and that's okay, but in reality, it's more than fine. Like, his guard chance, I don't think is his big limiting factor. I actually think his limiting factor is honestly more just the fact that he, as a unit, as a lead, doesn't necessarily have the craziest team. But he's good. I really, really like him. I like what he brings to the table. I'm super happy with him overall. And yeah, I think at the end of the day, I probably have to say he's a unit that's just great and a lot of fun to use, and yeah, just I have a great time with him. And I, personally, I think if you do have him, or you are lucky enough to get him, then yeah, I think you should really just enjoy using him. I think at the end of the day, he's just a lot of fun. He's got some great animations. He's a very consistent unit, and yeah, I would say he's probably, personally as a unit, I would say he's probably top 5, like based on his kit and his kit alone. Maybe due to team performance and things like that, he's maybe a top 10 unit, but yeah, like maybe, only I would say top 10, but that's just because of maybe a little bit of the consistency factor, etc. But I think overall he's just very good. Yeah, I don't have a lot of problems with him, and I really like him. I dig him a lot. So yeah, for me, he's really good. He's super duper solid, and I think, at the end of the day, I don't have much to complain about. I think, if you aren't a fan, that's okay. I do think he's more of a Buu favoritist kind of unit, as most of these villains are. But I do think, if you want him specifically to really shine, I think they need a couple more buffs just to rock up for the Buu team. That personally would be what I would consider, good practice. But that's gonna be it from me. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will definitely see you guys in the next one. Bye.